This conference will now be recorded.
So till now we discuss how I can put a new record on my object using my insert statement. Like it may be a DML statement or maybe a database method. We discussed about database.insert or we inserted using DML statements insert. I hope till this you all are clear, correct? Or any confusion do you have?
Not from my side, Dosh.
Yeah, I'm good, Devasis. I don't have any confusion on that thing.
Okay. So then today we'll go and discuss. Okay, I insert the record on my object. Okay, and then after that, what we can do. And whenever I have said the data and data nothing but it stays on my object. So that means I said there is some object and the object I have created one record by using my DML statement, correct? Which I said it's nothing but my insert statement. So now the operations what I have said before, it can be CRUD operations, nothing but create, read, update, and delete. So for the create, what we use my insert statement. It can be either insert or it can be either on database dot insert method. Okay. So now when I say read, so now from where I want to read the data and to read mechanism, what is going to happen? Salesforce come with two things. So are we going to read the data from exactly one object or from multiple objects you want to get the data or you want to read the data? So what I do here, this read, nothing but we say we have to write something called query language. So we'll see what is this query language and how we can do. And this query language, what is the query language? So when I say query language, if I'm targeting to read the data exactly from one object, I can say that kind of thing, what we're going to do, it is all about my SOQL, which we call Salesforce Object Query Language. Okay, at the same time, so you have already seen like some global search and many things. So when I do something called global search, so it's nothing but it is going to assess or searching the data in many objects wherever the matching, I'm getting the result. So that's nothing but also getting the data from different objects. So at that time also I can say whenever I'm going to query, it may be either SQL or it may be a SOSL. So which is a Salesforce object search language. So the basic difference between SOQL and SOSL I'll talk completely in detail. Just to know now, it's a Salesforce object query language and I can use Salesforce object search language. Okay, so these two things we are going to use. So now whenever I want to get the data from a particular object, I will use SQL, and whenever you want to get data from various objects, we can go for SQL. So now what we can do. So in the previous example, I just insert one account record, nothing but I can say some kind of record I have inserted. So if I want to read this data, then what I do? I have to write a SQL statement. So when I'm saying I want to write a SQL statement, how I can write? So for that, I have to use my I have to use my SQL. So now let's see what is the SQL syntax. What is this SQL? We understood whenever you want to query the data from my database, simply we can use my SQL, some query language, nothing but I can say SQL. And then whenever I'm going to write SQL, so what is the syntax? So I will start with a very basic syntax, then I'll show you the complete syntax. So whenever you want to write a SQL, what is going to happen? Let me give you an example. Let's see, this is one account object. So you tell me if this is account object, what kind of thing going to happen on this? So I want, let's see, your manager says, okay, you are a sales guy and your manager says, okay, just give me the list of account who are registered in the month of August. So now if this is account object, so whenever I say I want the list of account who created or registered on my system in the month of August. So it may be one account or it may be 100 account also, maybe thousands also. Am I correct? Manas?
Yes, Devashish.
Okay, so it may return me many accounts, so which I can say list of accounts. So that means I can say whenever I'm going to write a SQL statement, what is going to happen? So the SQL statement can return me a list of records, or sometimes I can say, okay, give me the account who have maximum revenue this month. Okay, so that time, let's say I want a unique account who have the maximum revenue. So that time it can be written a single record also. So whenever I am going to write a SQL, I may get a single record or I may get a list of record. Or sometimes I can say, okay, from this object, tell me how many accounts we have, how many accounts we have created in the month of August. So it may be 20 account, 30 account. I just want a number. I don't want the complete list. I just need a number. How many account created on the month of August? So that time when I say like this, it may return me some kind of integer value also. So now, whenever I'm going to write SQL, it may return you a single record. It may return you a collection of record, or it may return you one number value, depending on what kind of syntax or what kind of SQL I am writing. So let's see what is the basic syntax to write a SQL statement. So every SQL statement going to start with select. So wherever you see a select clause, it is nothing but one SQL statement in my Apex programming who can read my data from the object. Okay. So now what I'm going to, so select what I want to select. So then you have to specify the field list as a comma separated. So what are the fields you want to use? All the fields you can use as a comma separated. Then from where you want to select. So then it come to from plus. From then where you want that object API name you can specify here. Then do you want to put some condition? Okay, as I said, I want to get the accounts which are created in the month of August. So I just put a condition. Account created in August, get it. So now for that, what is the condition? The conditions you can write here. I can say my condition, where condition. If you write, this is the very basic syntax of writing SQL. If I write this statement, it's nothing but going to give me some records of this object. Okay, if my condition match. Okay, this is a very basic condition. Let me write one basic example for you. If I go here, let me open my developer console. Okay, so from developer console, I'll show you how where I'm going to write my SQL right now. So now, even you can do in the workbench or you can do in the class everywhere. Let me show you from the developer console how it looks like now. So now if I go here, if I go to my query editor here, so what I want, I can write some SQL or SSL query to get it. So my SQL statement start with select. So let's see, I want the ID field, I want name field from account. I'm not going to give any condition now. See, if I do this first thing, so it's going to return me all the accounts whatever we have. Okay, let's see, I want the account whose name start with this. Okay, forget the name things. Okay, so this is my account. Okay, so I want the account whose name is this one. So simply I can do, see, with this select statement, I got list of records. So my select statement can return a collection, list collection, or my select statement also can return some exactly one record. You can see if I execute it here. See, it's written one record. Okay. So now this is a very basic syntax where you can write this SQL statement to get a record from my object level. Okay. When I say this, it's nothing but a very simple SQL statement I write, select field list. And in this query, I have placed only two fields which I call ID and name. Okay. So now if you see the complete syntax of SQL, don't scare. Okay. It's very easy. I can break it in small parts. So the complete syntax of SQL, if you see, it's going to be select, okay, your field list, okay, and whatever things I'm going to write inside the bracket, that is optional, okay. So now with that, what going to happen? I can specify some kind of subquery also. I'll explain in upcoming sessions like how I'm going to use this subquery. Okay, and like this we can use multiple subqueries, and then I can define something called type of field. So this is the complete syntax of my SQL type of. So it's going to be type of field. I'll explain everything. Then we can define my foreign expression. Okay. So like this, we can define my multiples. Okay. Else, what is going to be my expression? Don't worry for the syntax. Just see the syntax. Then how we to do it, I'll explain one by one. This is the most complex. All different kind of combinations what we are going to use in SQL. We can type here. Okay. Then I'm going to use from which object. So I can give my object API name. Okay. Then the alias also we can use parallelly same thing. Okay. So now if you want to use the scope, then these are nothing but one clause in a SQL statement, which I'll show you one by one. So now what is the scope? It's also optional for me. If we need, then we can use. So I'm just going to use scope. So some filter scope we can define here. Okay. So then I can define the where condition. This is also optional. If you want to filter the records based on condition, then you can use my where condition. Okay. Then if you have used data category in your system, knowledge management, if you see if the data category is set in your system, then you can query based on data category. If you want that kind of thing, then we can use my with clause. Okay. So with data category, whatever data category you have, and if you want any filter expression, that also you can use. Okay, so this looks like so complex syntax, but nothing to be worried. So we will always use select field names from which object and what conditions. Okay, then also you can use the group by. So if you want to group by the records based on some specific field, then you can use the group by. So by which field you want to group by, that field list you can specify here. This is nothing but my field order list, on which list I want to group by. Okay, so you can either group by ascending or by descending. Okay, so again, if you want to see the top records, that time we can use the limits. Okay, so limit number of rows you want to limit, that you can use. Okay, and if you want to skip some record, simply you can use offset. So number of row to skip, how many row you want to skip, you can use in the offset. Or are you going to access this record for view or not? This is basically used for the log. So you can use the for plus. So for viewing or for referencing somewhere, that also we can use. Okay, and whenever doing the update, that moment, if you want to track it in the view state or not, that also you can do from here. Update tracking or view state. Like this, many clauses we have, which will see one by one when you start the writing program. But if you see this syntax, what I'm going to use maximum, select the field list. We'll use the subquery also, like my parent child query or my child to parent query, that I'll use here. And then type of basically will not use any like max, but I'll explain what is this one. Then from object name, then where condition, then this, if you have knowledge management, then this clause may work for us. Or if you want to group by, then you can group by particular field as ascending or descending. Then if you want to return the specific number of rows, we can use limit statement, or we can use offset statement. If you want to skip some records, okay, then if you want to check if you are querying this record for viewing purpose or from reference in somewhere, that you can do. And also you can update plus like this. So now we'll see one by one how I'm going to do. But very basic syntax I can say, it is going to be select field list, okay, from which object and where condition, and with this I can simply write group by which field. Okay, you're descending or ascending, or you can say it can be limit to number of record or offset to number of record. That big complex query I just made this simple syntax. Okay, you can remember this much. Yes, tell me.
Just with curiosity, I'm asking. Generally, if you use limit 30 and offset 20, from 20 record to it will show around 50 records, right? That only it happens.
Yes, it will skip first 20 records, then it will show the next 30 records.
So if you are using a number n, means it will show from n plus 1, right?
Correct. It will
Okay.
skip that many.
Just I want to know, that's it. Yeah.
Yes, no worries. Okay, this is the very basic syntax where I'm going to access the records. Let me show you how I'm going to do programmatically these things. Okay, so now let me open my developer console, and I'm going to open my execute anonymous window, and like how I used to create the accounts, let me get some accounts, let me query some accounts. Okay, so whenever I want to use SQL in Apex, what I need to do? So my SQL can return either a list or a single record or one integer value. Now, let's see, I want to query all the accounts with the field ID, name, type, and rating. So as I said, whenever I want to write query, I'll write select what is the field that I specify as a comma separated. So these are my field API names, whatever I have, and then I just want to query it. Then I can use from account. Okay. So now, whenever you are writing SQL in Apex programming, always remember this should be close in my square bracket. Okay. Now this is going to return me what? This is going to return me a list of accounts, some collection account. So I can simply write a list of account, and I can give some gem. This is my one small statement which shows me if I execute this statement directly, I can get my account records which I can store here. Any confusion on this line of code? Yes, friend?
No, bro.
Okay. So now I will say, see, I don't know in right now if you see, can you say in my account, okay, let me instead of account, I can see some other object also. So can you say on this object, do I have record or not by saying this code? We cannot say. Am I correct? So now the list collection methods, what I have explained in the previous examples, that helps you. Okay, so now if you want to check, okay, my account have some record or not. If my account have some record, then I'll go and process some logic. Then what I can do? I can use my if statement. Okay, just 1 minute, give me. Okay, then I can use my if statements to check if I have my record or not. Okay, so what I do here? So simply I have explained you many list collection methods you can use here. So if this is a list, you can use the size like this or age empty, whatever you want. If size greater than 0, that means I have some account record. And then you can do what more thing you want. So now same way, okay, I want to get the all accounts, but with a particular conditions. So how I'm going to write these conditions and what kind of conditions we can write here. Okay, so whenever we are writing a statement, a SQL statement, let me tell you some interesting facts here. Okay, so okay, I can write if I have a big object, one object, and we have many fields. Okay, if I try to access all the fields, what kind of limitations we have to consider here? Okay, so whenever you write a SQL statement, see, if you see this statement, it's having few number of characters we kept here. If you count, there is some number of characters. So whenever you write a SQL statement, always remember by default, SQL statements cannot exceed 20,000 characters. Okay, so in a length, you should have maximum 2,000 characters. Okay, if you write one SQL statement. Okay, when you show like that, you just think how we're going to write and what you can do there. Okay, so now whenever I want to put a condition in the, okay, I understood, okay, field list I can give comma separated, object name from which object I want to access, then where condition. So in the where condition, what I can do? Okay. So now if I try to see the where condition, in the where condition, what the things I can put. So where condition, nothing but it's a where clause. So that means I can put some kind of condition or expression. Based on that only, I'll get the record from my object. So like I want to get the account which created today. So nothing but I can put some kind of where clause to filter out which record I want. Okay. So in that where condition, what I can use my logical operations like and, or, not, in, like, all these things. Okay, we'll see what kind of operations we have. We can use my equal to, greater than, less than, all these operations also we can use, and even not equal to. Okay, so where condition, nothing but I'm going to put some logical conditions to filter out my records. We can add multiple field expressions in a conditions, like I can say I want to get the accounts with type as industrial, rating as cold. Okay, so that kind of that accounts I want to get. So now I'm just imposing multiple conditions. So we can add multiple field expressions or conditions on the SQL statement for my logical operations to filter out what records I exactly want. Okay, so when I say filter conditions, I'm just saying it can be and, it can be or, it can be not, it can be anything. And whenever I want to use and, what I can do? So it should be look like this, where my field expression 1 and my field expression 2. It should be like this. If you want to use or, so what you can do between two fields, simply you go and write my or condition like this. Okay, so if I want to use any other things like we have like statement, not, or in. So let me show you one thing, one example. Let me show you first. So I have many accounts, but now I want to get account where type equal to industrial. Okay, and I want to get where rating equal to hot. I want this account. So if I want to execute this SQL statement, let me show you the execution of it. So how it looks like. Am I going to get a record or not? See, there is one account where type is industrial, rating is hot. So I kept multiple field conditions with an condition. Let if I use or, so if any of this, if the accounts matching either of type industrial or rating hot, everything I'll get. If I just query it, see, this is industrial with hot. Okay, this is some other type of accounts, but rating is hot. Everything we got. So if I want, okay, I just do not want to get the accounts of industrial and rating not equal to hot. I want this kind of thing. What I can do? Let me execute it. See, I got many accounts here. So here you can see my type, and you can see what kind of rating is made. Okay, depending on that, we can get it. So I'm trying to say here, I can get everything here. So now my where condition can have logical operations, can have my mathematical operations like greater than, equal to, which also a logical type of thing, and we can see what we can do. So now let's see, I want to get the accounts where my name is SEC records. It can be 2021, everything. So now what we can do here, okay, let me write it right here only directly. So I want to get accounts where name equal to, I'm just removing these conditions, and I'm just going to write where name equal to, if I give a specific name, SEC record 20, so this is going to return me exactly one record. So if I just go and loop on this collection to print what are the accounts I have received, I can use a for loop. So what is my collection? My collection nothing but SEC list. Am I correct? So it is going to be my each individual account. And now I just want to print the name. What I can do now? I just simply use system.debug SEC name is, I'm just going to show here SEC.name. I can just simply use like this. So I will see what kind of accounts I'm just going to get here. So now if I go here, just simply I'm going to execute it. Let's see the logic. Exactly one matching account if I have, I'll get it. So now if I debug only, then you see I got one record. But I want to get all the accounts wherever I have SSC record starting. So if you see, I have many accounts starting with the SSC record, like 20, 21, 25, everything I want to get. So that I do some operations there. So now what I do, instead of name like this, I can just directly type name like. So whenever a likely match is there, that means I want to see wherever there is a name starting with this SSC record, I want to access this. So you can use my percentage symbol here. So if you write this, that means in the SQL statement from this object, wherever there is a name starting with SSC record, and after this anything may be, we no matters. I want to get record. Then we can use my like operations. If I execute this statement, you will see what records I am going to get it. See, I'll get in the debug statements all the records with the name starting with SSC record. Okay, so now let's see, I want to get like this. You can use if you want to see the name starts with this, okay, or you want to see name ends with this, you can use like this, or you want to see anywhere this text should match, you can keep inside this percentage. That works with the like statement. Okay, let's see, I want to get account which name equal to two accounts I want. Okay, let's consider I want to get account with name as 20 and 21. So what I do, for name equal to this, again I can write, or name equal to this, I'll get the accounts. So when you have like this or condition, I'll just tweak it to a different way. See, this SQL statement also works for me. I'll get exactly the accounts where name is matching to this. Maybe record 20 and 21. I just give two names. Okay, I just execute it. If you see here, I'm going to get both the accounts. So whenever you have a requirement like this, where multiple value for one field, instead of name equal multiple times you write, simply you can use my in operations. So in keyword you can use. So now let's say SSC 20 or whatever you want you can use. Where name either maybe SSC 20 or my name can be SSC 21. So both the records I want. So instead of writing name equal to this or equal to this or equal to this, simply I can use in operations to add all the values which matching with the field to get it. So that goes with my in operations. Okay, before I go for the next, let me know if you have any questions till now. Any question for me? Manage your
No,
strength.
this is
Okay, so it's easy or difficult till now?
it seems easy till now.
Perfect. It will be easy, nothing else. See, you whenever writing single statement, you remember it may return you a collection record, it may return you a single record, or it may return you a number. So I wrote a single statement, it's returning me a list of accounts, so which I can loop on a for loop also, and I can write my logic here. Okay, so I write my field names what you want from which account, and I'm just using the different conditions. I may use and or logical conditions. I can use in, equal to, all kind of operations you can use here. Okay, so let's see, I will say I want to get the total number of account you have in your system. What you can do, simply I can use some kind of aggregate functions, okay, which I can say, let's see, I want to get total number of accounts. What I can use, I can use the count operations. So what I'm writing here, select count from account. If I execute, it's also a SQL statement which just gives me the account number, how many accounts I have. Okay. So now, whenever you want to, like as I said, my account or my SQL can give the collection of records or a single record or a integer value. Whenever you have some aggregate functions you use, like count, my SQL statement may return exactly the integer value what I am getting here. Okay, so like the count operations what we have, we can get it. So that we call my aggregate functions. I'll show you many aggregate functions. So what you can do in the Apex, let's see, I can write total account count equal to, I can write like select count from account. So if this statement we have, then simply we can get system.debug just total account. So how many records we are getting on this SQL? Okay, that count we can get it simply like this. If you go to my debug logs, see my total account count is 35. I can get programmatically from here. Is any question for me till now? So see, I'm just giving you one example of each part. So there are many things which we'll cover one by one when you go to the upcoming systems. Okay, so everything will be the same way of implementation, and one by one everything will cover if you go here. Okay, so let's see. Also in the SQL, I can use my date literals. There are many date literals. I'll send you the link. You can see, or let me show you now. If I just let me pull it out, I'll show you all literals. I'm not saying you to remember. Okay, you just know where you can get it. So just search SQL date literals. You can get it. So now I want to get the accounts which created this week, or I want to get the accounts which are created on this quarter. So what you can do for that, I have some date literals. If you want to get account which are created yesterday, simply you can use yesterday, like select ID from account where created date equal to yesterday. Same way I can use today wherever I want. If I want something for today, let's see, there is opportunity, and I said opportunity close date should be tomorrow. So I want to check what are the opportunities going to be closed tomorrow. Simply I can use tomorrow as a date literal here. Same way, if I want to refer my last week, I can simply use last week here, okay, the date literals. Or if you want to refer this week, what are the accounts got created, you can simply use this week. And these date literals can be used in SQL for any objects. Same way this week, for next week, you can refer next week. If you want to refer my last month, you can use this. For this month, you can use this. For next month, you can use next underscore month, like this. If you want to refer some number of days, simply you can use my last 90 days or next 90 days, or you can specify last 10 days and you can specify the n as a value. So like in last 365 days, what happened? You can use like that, last underscore n underscore days column 365. So in next same way you can do next n days and next n week, last n week, next n month. All this dynamically you can put in the query filters and you can get it. So like this quarter, okay, everything you can do it. I'm not going each one of this. So if you want, you can just try one SQL query for this. And this is a very good thing to write the SQLs. What we need always to, based on these date filters, we may need the SQL to get data many times. Okay, so you can try this one. Am I correct? Yes, Swant?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
You can try these different date literals for your query, or you want, or any, if you try it, if you get stuck anywhere, I'll help you out. Okay, so there are many literals you have to use one by one. The simple samples also you can see here. Same way you can write one SQL statement and you can see, am I going to get the record or not? So for instance, if I go to here and I'll just check, let's see, select ID and name from account where created date equal to last week. If I execute, see, I have 22 records created last week. Total 35 accounts I have. 22 I have created last week. So did I create anything in this week? I can just type this week. See the ticket. I didn't create anything this week. Okay, so like this, I can use all these things. So now let's see. If I want to, let's get all the accounts. See, I just got all the accounts, ID, name from account, everything get here. So now I want to sort the accounts based on their name. So that time what I can do, I can use my order by. So simply I can go and use order by which field I want to order by name. So you want to order by descending or ascending. Okay, so that you can specify here how you want to use. See, I want to order by descending, so I came with the descending order. If I want to order by ascending, simply I can use AC. See, it started like this. So in what order you want to get the records, that also you can set based on your ascending or descending clause what you are going to give. That depends on like what kind of records you want. Okay. Any question for me till now? So on the SQL, one more thing I'll show you. See, whenever I use select ID name from account, I am getting all my 35 accounts. I do not want to get all 35 accounts, so I just want to get first 5 accounts. So what I can do, simply I can use limit. Let me, I just remove my order by here, select ID name from account I have, where I'm getting all these accounts. So let's, I want to get my top 2 accounts. I can simply use limit. So how many accounts you want, the number here, you can simply use this. So limit to, see, I got 2 accounts. Let's, I want, let me show you, I'm just removing this limit statement. I'm just going to get all the accounts. So I want to skip up to record 27 or record 21, and then I want to get. So I want to skip these 3 records. So what I can do, I can simply use offset 3. Okay. So how many records you want to skip, that you can write. I want to skip these 3 records. I want to see from account record 22. So I'm just skipping the first 3 records. So I wrote my offset 3. Okay. So based on offset 3, my record got skipped, and next records will be loaded for me. Okay. So now let's see. I want to let me remove this one. Okay. So now I have totally 35 records. So I want to use my limit 10 and offset 20. So what's going to happen? So see, I just got 10 records out from that. Okay, top 10 records after skipping my 20 records. With that kind of thing, you can see here. So just the concept to remember what limit and what offset do. We'll use in the case of real-time implementation when you do using trigger or batch effects. That time we'll use this. Okay, so these are the basic syntax what we're going to use on my SQL. Okay. Any question for me till now?
No, Devasis.
Okay, then I'll have one question for you. Okay, when I'm doing offset, so how many record I can skip in a single SQL statement? So I just enter here offset 20. Okay, that works fine for me, correct? The offset 20, and then I'm getting 15 records. Now in my account, I have many records, some millions of records I have. So how many, like what number I can put in the offset maximum?
I think if I am not wrong, I think you can use up to 2000.
Correct. So you can do offset up to 2000 rows, not more than that. Okay. So if you will use to see now it's okay. If I try to use one like 2001 also, okay, it will not allow. Okay, maximum SQL offset allowed is 2000. Okay, that's user stream. It's just the Salesforce host limit. So how many record you can skip in the query statements. Okay. Any question till now?
Devasis, I have a question.
Yes.
So if you need to get your records from 2001 to 5000, what at that point of time, what I need to do? So when I'm doing program, so if I need to get your records from for example, my requirement is I need to get your records from 2022, starts with the like 2020th record in a particular object to 5000 record. Then at that point of time, what I need to do?
Perfect. So now what you do here, there are many approaches you have. Okay. So whenever you see, in that case, our SOSL not SOQL not going to work. So the offset is not going to work in SOQL because we want to skip more than 2,000 records. So in that moment, what is going to happen? So for the accounts you have got everything in the list now. Let's consider this account giving me 50,000 records. Okay. So now when I got it, what I can do? So I know what is my total count. So can I write some kind of for loop like this? Okay. So from integer I equal to how many record you want to skip? You want to skip my 3,000 records. 3,000. Then I less than, let's see, my all the accounts whatever I have. Can I use like this? Then my first account which starts with my SSL list of I. If I say the first account what I want, it is going to be can I write it like this? So it will start from where? It will start from 3,000 records, correct? The index. So whatever the records I just go read, everything being indexed here, correct? If you see this account, this is the index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the accounts we have. So now I can write this way to skip that records. So we queried from database, but I'm skipping programmatically in my logic.
So
That
by
is-
using the for loop, we can overcome the scenario, right?
Yeah.
What you're
Yes,
saying, right?
correct. Yes.
That looks cool.
Yeah, many approaches there, but anything you can use. I just gave you the simplest approach for you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So this is what you can do. So now, okay, we understood the very basic of SQL statements, like what is the SQL statement and what is the basic syntax and how to use the where condition, limit, offset, order by, everything. So now, let me ask you one very basic question. So now sometimes you see, whenever I'm writing these SQL statements, what's going to happen? If you see, let me go here, let's make a statement for you. Let it open. So now my objects are connected in a relationship. Okay, it may be lookup or master result, anything. So I have a account object, okay, and also I have a contact object. So in this part, what is going to happen? So they have a relationship like one account can have the multiple contacts. Am I correct? Multiple contacts. So now this is my relationship, nothing but my one to many, correct?
Yeah, that's true.
Correct. So now I am querying one contact record. Let's see, I have an account record which name is A1, my account, and I have a contact who is nothing but C1. Now I'm writing a query statement on my contact record, and this contact associate to A1. So now when I'm querying this child record, I want to access my parent record. Also, how I can do it. So now in the SQL statement, we'll see whenever we are querying the child record, how I can get the parent record. So what is my child parent relationship and how I can get it? Same way, whenever I am querying the parent record, this account A1 may have multiple contacts, correct? So C1, C2, C3, all are my contacts. So whenever I am querying this account A1, so now we'll see whatever the contacts we have, multiple contacts I want to get. That means when I'm querying the parent records, how I can get my child records. Okay, so nothing but I can say, we'll see how I can write my parent child query. Okay, these two things we need to understand in the SQL how it's happening. Okay, so whenever I'm saying my child and parent query, what does it mean? Let me show you that with going to my object level. So now if I go to contact, I'm talking about contact account, the standard objects. Same way it's applicable to my custom object also. So when I am in the contact object, sorry, let me go to my object manager. So if I go to my contact object, so between contact and account, there is no relationship. And what is my relationship field between contact account? Nothing but my account name is the relationship field. Am I correct? So now when I define a relationship, what happen always? So for every relationship, whenever you create a relationship field or anything, if you remember, we just provide one relationship name here. So the moment you create a relationship field using lookup or master title, we used to give a relationship field name. Okay, and also child to parent, this is nothing but one path. Whenever you come, this is my parent, this is my child. So we have a relationship name. Nothing but I can say it's a path to traverse from parent to child. And also, when I see the child, from the child you can see there is a API name we have used, okay, to refer my parent, who is my parent. Okay. Now if in this contact, there is a API name, we use account ID, which is nothing but going to my account field. And if you go to my account, that field details, okay, you see there is also called as child relationship name. Two things we have here. We have my field API name and we have also child relationship name. So always remember, whenever I want to navigate from the child query to parent record, when I'm querying the child record, from that child record, if I navigate to parent record, nothing but I'm querying on the contact object and I want to navigate to account records because contact is the child of account. What I can use my API, whatever I've used, okay, the API, field APIs with underscore R to navigate to here. So API, if it's a custom, then I have to tag to underscore R for my custom relationship field, or if it's standard field, simply the same API name I can use to navigate to my parent. So now what I'm going to do here, whenever I am in my parent query, and when parent to child records I want to access, simply I can access using my child relationship name. Okay, so how we are going to do it? We'll see it. Okay. Any confusion till now, or is it clear?
Yes.
No confusion, correct?
Devasis.
Yes, tell me.
Yeah, could you please explain one more time that relationship? Sorry, I didn't get
No
it.
problem. Yeah, I'll do it. So I'll do one thing with one small example. I'll show you how it's happening. So it will be more clear to you. Okay. So how this relationship from parent to child or child to parent, how it's happening, we'll see. Like right now, I have my standard object account contact. There only we'll see. Okay. So let's consider I'm just going to query my account object. Okay. So what I do for querying the account object record, I do ID name from account. I do like this only, correct? So now, so account may have some contact. So whenever I'm querying this account, I want to query my child contact record also. So that we specify whenever I'm querying my child record from parent, we use subquery. Okay, with help of relationship name. If objects are related, then I can get it. So from account to query, when you see account to contact, when you see in the contact, there is a field account name, which is lookup to account with child relationship name defined as contacts. Am I correct? Contacts. So now we'll see how we are going to do it. So now from account, so subquery when you're writing, let me write in my Apex here. So whenever I'm writing the subquery, what you do here? Let me size it also. So now all the subquery is going to start with again my okay. So I'm just going to write again one select statement. Inside this select statement, I'm writing the select statement and I'm specifying what I want. Let's I want the first name, I want the last name of contact. From where? Normally, if I write a query on the contact, what I should do? I should write select ID and then first name, then from contact. I should write like this, like how we used to write in case of account. Select ID, name, type, rating from account. Similar, I should write like this. But whenever I'm using the subquery, that means What I mean here? So now if I'm querying on the parent account record and what are the associated childs or associated contacts we have, if I want to query, simply I will use the relationship name to query it. So now when I query the parent record in the same SQL, I can write one subquery. One subquery I can write with the help of relationship name to get my contact record. So to do that, I wrote select ID first name last name from where? Then I'll go to my contact relationship field and I will see what is the relationship name, child relationship name. So whenever you want to come from account to contact or parent child, use my relationship name. So that relationship name I'm going to use here from contacts. Okay. So this is going to be come here. So now this is just a very small subquery where I can show you the get the account and associated child records, associated contacts records. Okay, so you got it?
Yeah, yes,
Normally,
I got it.
perfect. So now let me, you just tell me, I want to print the contact names. How I'll print? I want to have a system.debug.contact name.
First you loop it on account list.
Okay. So if my I'll go and I'll write my account list now. Okay. So what I'll do here, this is my account list. Simply I can do account SCC list. Okay. Then this SCC. So now what happens here? Let me show it technically. So let's account A1 I have. In this account A1 like A1 and type rating everything. And in this A1 may have my C1 record. Okay. It's also going to be a list once again. So C1 record, C2 record, C3 record. Right? So my account A1 have a list of child again. So same way I may have account A2 where I may have again child like let's see C11, C21 and C31. It will like this, correct? So from one account, I may get a list of records. So now when you loop on this, it's going to one account. So this SSC going to represent the A1 record and its child record also, whatever you have. So how you do it? So now you can check, see, all the account may not have the contact. Okay, so we can check the account what I have now, the SSC, the contacts record is there or not. SSC.contacts is not equal to null, you can write, or you can check, double check also you can do if contacts dot size greater than true. Any confusion in this two line? Because we are going to use this many times in the real time. Okay. So what does it mean? I'm just checking my account and the relationship query what I got, it have some record or not, because one account, like all accounts may not have contact. So I just want to loop on the contacts where I have the contact details. So what I can do here, then I can make a loop here. Okay. So in the loop, I'm just going to write. I'm just now going to loop on the contact of con. So SSC contacts nothing but again one list of contacts. See this one nothing but my SSC contacts. Then I can go and I can print system.debug my contact names. Let's I'll just print all the contact details. I can simply do SSC dot contacts. Sorry, I can just simply print the con. Okay, let's say con dot first name, and then I want to give a space and to print con dot last name. And from which account it came? Contact details of account I can write as scc.name. It's like this. So if I execute this piece of code, now see what is going to happen. explaining this. Okay, I just miss a plus symbol. See, I just go and execute it. If I go here, let me show you what kind of outcome we are going to get here. See, contact details of this account. This is my contact. For this account, this is the contact. You can see one by one everything I'm able to create. So, any question on this piece of code? You need to understand the basics. You need to understand very well. Manas, do you have any question on this?
The basis, yes, actually. What here we are trying to do, like we are just trying to fetch some record where from a relationship, right?
Yes.
One is master and one is master
Any
retail.
relationship.
Yeah,
It may be
any
master
relationship.
retail or lookup, any relationship.
Yeah.
So, this
Yes.
statement, when you write, it's going to have a relationship query as a sub query from the parent to child.
Yes.
My account is the parent, contact is child.
Yeah. Then we are using that inside that query, right? We are using a subquery. We are using that relationship name, right?
Correct.
Child relationship name. But if
Correct.
you want to do in a other way, like from in contact,
We'll come. Okay. So this is the parent to child. Child to parent will come. So with this, okay, you understood how you can query from parent to child using a subquery, correct?
Yes.
And this looping statement, any confusion here?
No, not from that.
Perfect. Lokesh and Yasmin?
Yeah, Debasis, I don't have any questions, but stay on the screen for a 1 minute. Just I'm saying one more time.
Okay, no worries.
Just, if you have anything, we'll clarify right now. Yeah.
Perfect. And also, Yasmin, you also check if you have anything.
Sure, bro.
Debasis, in the number 9, if you use not equal to 0 also no problem, right? Instead of greater than 0?
Yes, they're not equal to 0 also, you can use. No problem.
Okay. I have only one question, Debasis. See here, we are printing the contacts one by one, right? If I want a gap between those, like in stuffs, if you see debug class, it's looking somewhat clumsy, right? So if I need a gap, how I need to make?
Gap in the sense?
I need a line break. Means like that in HTML you use
okay. See, this is for the log, our internal logs. But if you want to use, simply I just it's not a good thing. Anyhow, we will not use it. Just simply I can keep it just like this empty.
Okay, empty.
Okay, this is just thing. But when you write a backend program, we don't need these things just for debugging.
Yeah, anyways, when you're promoting, you will not use debug logs, right? Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, friend, you are okay with this?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Perfect, super. Okay, so now I'm giving you one question in the before tomorrow session, and everything is over. So you have to tell me how many subquery I can write in one SQL statement. Okay, how many subquery I can write? You check it and tell me how many. Like I wrote in this SQL one subquery, how many I can write. Okay, so now let me change little different way. So I am just querying my contact. So I'm just going to get my contact here, okay, which I say contact list. And to get the query in the contact, what I can do? Simply I can use select ID name from contact. Okay. Now what going to happen if select ID name from what I have, but I want from the contact object, when you're writing the contact query or child query, I want to access my parent field. I want to access what is my account type. So that time what you do, whenever you want to go from child to parent, you use my API name. Okay, if it is a standard of the object or standard relationship, you use direct API name. Otherwise, you can use underscore r in the both the cases. If it's a custom, then use this relationship child relationship name as also underscore r, and also if you using my child to parent, that name also you can use underscore r. Simply I use my relationship name, sorry, my API name and the type. If I want to see, okay, I want to get a rating Okay, and I want to get account name, everything I can code it like this. So let's say I can just write one for loop here. I can show you whatever the contact I have. Contact list. Then there simply I can go and just print system.debug. Okay, I'm just going to print only these lines, so highlighted, and I'm executing the highlight here. Okay, I have just type a mistake here, CUNTACT. Okay, here I have a type mistake contact. See, if you see in a single query, I can access my contact and few of account fields also. See account ID, and you can print everything here. Okay, so you can see account ID I got, but if you want to print my account names or everything, you can do it. Let's how I have system.debug.con. I want to print my account name. So simply I can go and select my account.name. So I just want to execute this much lines, not all. Execute highlight. So I can just go here. So you can see my account names I'm printing here. So like this you can use, I can do it. Any confusion on this part? So my child to parent query or parent to child query, do you have any confusion?
Devasis, I have one question, just out of curiosity. Like here, what we are trying to do, like we are trying to access one parent record from child, right? Suppose that parent record is yeah, here account is parent and the contact is child. Suppose
Correct.
I want to view the number of cases or case detail from contact. Can we do that? Like case is also related to this account, right? And
Case is
contact is
related.
also. Yes.
Perfect. Nice question. Let me show that. So now if you see, let me make it a small diagram from you. Now you will tell what you need to do. Let's build the logic how it happens. So you have an account, correct? So and you have one contact, correct? So between these two, if you see from account to contact, you have one-to-many relationship, correct? This is account, this is contact. And when you say the case, so case is another object. Okay. So in the case, primarily we have linkage from account. Am I correct? One account may have many contacts. And also in the case object, I have a case contact. You can have a case contact, correct?
Yes.
So
yes,
now that means you have a relationship here. One person can be associated to many cases. So if you want to see, okay, so for this contact, how many cases are there? You can use the parent to child query. Okay, or you want to say, okay, this account have how many cases? You can change account to cases as a parent to child query. Okay.
Okay.
So just for example, if you just for example, if you see, I don't have any relationship between contact to case. Okay.
Yes, it's like
now,
opportunity object also we can take.
Yes. So now that means if you're querying on the contact, so you want to see can I access this or not in the single query, correct?
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes.
So when you query, you can using the parent relationship, you can come here, correct, to the account level. But from
Yes.
here in the contact query, you cannot use subquery to access this one. For
Okay.
example, if it is an opportunity, for example, if it is opportunity,
yes.
you can access it. You cannot access it. So what you have to do in your logic. So now what you do for this contact, get the account ID. Okay.
Yes.
Then again build one more SOP for the accounts to get this opportunity.
Okay. We need to
Direct SOP.
store in a
Yes.
map or a list, and we can
Yes.
iterate that one, right? Yes.
Correct.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Any more question for today?
Not from me.
Perfect. No worries.
Go to that code once.
Okay. Yes, see this code.
You have asked one question, right, for us.
So how many relationship query I can use? How many subquery I can use in one SQL, one parent to child SQL, co-SQL.
I think if I'm not wrong, like if account is as parent to the contact, in the similar way it is parent to opportunity also, right? So you can use
Yes,
opportunity also here. Maybe
yes,
so it will goes on.
yes. So like this, maybe I have one parent and that parent have a 20 different child objects. Okay.
Yes.
So how many child query I can write in a single parent SQL? And also same way. So see that you check and confirm. Okay. And also same thing you see in the contact. I'm just scoring my account fields. So just consider I have one object which have one parent and parent is having another parent having another parent. Like this, I have a hierarchy. So till what hierarchy I can use my child to parent query. It may be 5, it may be 2, it may be 3, anything. Okay. Got my question?
Yes, Devasis.
Okay, you check it and let me know. Okay, so that you have to search something, you read and check it. Okay, so we'll do one thing. You practice these small things. Okay, and in the next session we'll see about the SOSL and my update and DML statement what went out, what is the pending, that will cover up. Okay. If you have no questions, then we'll see in the next session.
Yeah, Debasis.
Yes, tell me.
So, so just I want to know, whenever you are discussing with the triggers, right? So at that point, we will discuss about qualification and recursive and all, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
because so when I was in when in the free time I used to check my company code. At that point of time, I am not understanding the what is qualification and recursive.
I'll tell. Don't worry.
Yeah, and
Everything
one
will
more
explain.
thing, Devasis, I think it may be not in our curriculum in this thing, but could you please discuss on OOPS concepts one day?
Okay, so the basic of this concept I said before. Okay, but
Yeah,
I'll cover up. No worries. Okay.
yeah, only those
I'll
two
cover
things
up.
are the concerns when you are discussing because yeah.
Yes, we'll do it. Don't worry. Okay.
Yeah, and when you're discussing about the test classes also, could you please send somewhat extra time and no, that what one more concern. These three concerns I have in my mind.
Yes. No worries. All everything will do it. Don't worry. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, perfect. Then we'll meet in the next session. We'll discuss the next topic. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.
Thank
yeah.
you,
See you
bro.
then.